God says, it's an emergency. A shocking tragedy is coming your way, and if you ignore this, you will cry. Don't skip, listen this now before it's too late. Right now, heaven is sending a warning. God is speaking with urgency, with a voice that cannot be ignored. This is not just another message. This is a divine alert sent to pull you back before you fall into something you won't be able to escape. The words you're hearing are not ordinary. They carry a weight, a trembling in the spirit, a call to open your heart before something breaks around you. God sees what you cannot see. He sees the storm before the clouds gather. He sees the pain before it knocks at your door. And today, He is saying, it's an emergency. This is not a moment to hesitate. When God says a shocking tragedy is coming, it means something that could break your heart, something that could silence your joy, something that could shake the ground beneath your feet. He's not saying this to scare you. He's saying this because He loves you enough to warn you, to wake you up, to pull you out of the place where you've been sleeping spiritually. Please, if you feel this stirring in your chest, do not scroll away. This is not a coincidence. This is your lifeline. God is saying, do not ignore this, because if you do, it may cost you more than you ever expected. Comment Amen right now if your heart feels that this word is for you. Let it be your declaration that you are listening, that you are open, that you are not going to sleep through what heaven is trying to tell you. And if these words reach you and move something deep inside, please like this video so that more people who are on the edge of something dangerous can hear it too. You may help save someone without even knowing it. There are times when God whispers. There are times when He gently leads. But this is not one of those times. This is one of those rare, sacred moments when He raises His voice, not in anger, but in divine desperation, crying out to His child to come back, to come close, to wake up before the blow hits. If you've been wandering, if you've been ignoring that small tug in your heart, if you've been too distracted to pray, too tired to open your Bible, too numb to care, please listen now. This is the moment that could save you. You are not listening to this by chance. God is reaching for you, calling your name in the middle of the noise. The enemy has been plotting, weaving traps, designing pain. But God is the God who sees ahead. He is not caught off guard. He is never late. And because He loves you, He is not going to let you walk blind into the fire. That's why He says it's an emergency. There's something coming that you are not prepared for unless you grab onto Him right now. There's something ahead that will shake your house unless you place your trust in Him with both hands. The doors you've been opening out of comfort, out of boredom, out of weakness, some of those doors are entrances to suffering. And God is saying, close them before they close on you. You've been feeling the pressure, the anxiety, the strange sense that something is shifting in your life. That's not just emotion. That's the Holy Spirit trying to wake your spirit. That uneasy feeling, that heaviness, that broken sleep, God has been trying to get your attention, not to burden you, but to protect you. He knows the cracks in your life. He knows what's been weighing on your heart, what you've been keeping to yourself. And He wants to help you before the pain hits. Don't wait until everything crashes. Don't wait until you are on your knees in tears, asking why this happened. Don't wait until the tragedy touches what you love. God's warning is not to hurt you. It's to hold you, to cover you, to lead you to safety before the ground shakes. Because He loves you more than you realize. You might think nothing looks wrong right now. That's the deception. The calm before the storm is the most dangerous kind. The enemy wants you to think you have time. That you can fix it later. That you can ignore this. But God says if you delay, it may break something in you. It may cost you something precious. Do not play with time when God is speaking with urgency. There is something holy happening right now. A divine interruption. A moment between heaven and earth where God is stretching out His hand. He is not sending this word lightly. He is speaking directly to the places in you that are vulnerable, open, wounded, unguarded. He wants you to come back to Him completely. No more halfway, no more lukewarm, no more 1 foot in the world and 1 foot in faith. The shaking that is coming will test where you are standing. And only those who are rooted in Him will be able to stand. This is not about fear. This is about preparation. It's about mercy. It's about the deep love of a father who refuses to let his children fall into destruction. God is not asking for perfection. He's asking for surrender. He's asking you to let go of what's been weakening you. To stop pretending everything is fine. To stop numbing your soul with distractions. To cry out to Him before the pain forces you to. He is calling you now because He knows what's coming. He knows the enemy has been working behind the scenes. He knows the plans that were made to ruin your peace, to rob your joy, to attack your mind. But here is the hope. The warning comes with a promise. If you turn to Him now, if you cling to Him now, if you listen to this word and act on it, you will not be destroyed. You will be protected. You will be hidden under His wings when the storm comes. You will walk through the fire and not be burned. What if 7 seconds is all it takes to flip your financial fate? A shocking CIA leak just exposed a hidden brain ritual helping ordinary people erase debt and pull in massive wealth. Backed by 4 neuroscience labs, this at-home method is turning struggle into luxury fast. But this page could be erased any moment. Click the link in the first comment now before it's gone forever. His hand is still stretched out. His mercy is still available. His protection is still surrounding you. But you must choose Him now. You must not ignore His voice. You must not harden your heart. Don't let the comfort of today blind you to the danger of tomorrow. God sees it. He is speaking now so that when it comes, you will not be afraid, because you will be covered. Comment 11:11 if you believe this is a divine word for you right now. There are people listening who have been smiling on the outside, but on the inside, they are crumbling. God sees you. You've been trying to hold it together, trying to carry everything by yourself, and all the while, you've been drifting. This is your lifeline. This is your moment to come back. To let the tears fall if they need to. To let your knees hit the ground. To cry out to the God who has been waiting for this very moment. He is not mad at you. He is madly in love with you. His mercy is deeper than your mistake. His grace is stronger than your weakness. But His voice today is urgent because He knows that this next battle, this next season, this next attack, you cannot survive it without Him. When God says it's an emergency, He is not being dramatic. He is being real. He is the God who knows the end from the beginning. He is the Alpha and the Omega. Before your eyes ever saw the danger, His heart already moved with compassion. He saw the scheme that was being set up to destroy your peace. He saw the decision you were about to make that would break you. And He came running, like a father who sees his child too close to the edge, shouting your name before you take one more step. You might feel like everything is fine right now. You might even feel like this warning doesn't apply to you. But that's exactly why this moment matters. Because the enemy never announces when he is coming. He waits until you're tired, until your guard is down, until you're numb and distracted. That's when he attacks. And God, in His mercy, is not going to let you be caught off guard. That's why His voice is rising right now. That's why your spirit feels the weight of this. Because something is about to change. God is pulling you into a place of safety. He is drawing you away from the wrong crowd, from the wrong habits, from the wrong choices. Not to control you, but to save you. Because there is something coming that your eyes have not seen, but your spirit has felt. A shaking. A breaking. And unless you are held tightly in the arms of God, it will pull you under. But you are not called to be destroyed. You are not created to be broken. You are chosen. You are His. And He will fight for you. The enemy has been planting seeds of confusion, of temptation, of compromise in your life. Some of those seeds are starting to grow into weeds that are choking your joy, stealing your clarity, making you feel lost. But God is saying, I am still here, and I have the power to uproot everything the enemy planted. But you must give me access. You must open your heart completely. Not just a little. Not just on Sunday. You must let me in fully before the storm arrives. There is a reason you are still breathing. There is a reason this found you at this exact moment. Because God does not operate in accidents. He moves with purpose. And right now, His purpose is to rescue your soul. Not just from a tragic event, but from a spiritual tragedy that's been growing silently. The kind of tragedy that makes you lose your fire. That makes you stop caring. That makes you slowly drift away from the love of God without even noticing. He is calling you home before that happens. He is calling you out of the crowd, out of the noise, out of the cycle of delay. And if you listen, if you take His hand now, He will carry you through what's coming. The arrows will fly, but they will not pierce you. The winds will blow, but your house will stand. Because the name of the Lord is a strong tower. The righteous run into it and they are safe. This is not the time to play with your faith. This is not the time to gamble with your soul. This is not the time to keep living halfway in and halfway out. You are either planted in the truth or you are exposed to the lie. And the enemy is hoping you keep delaying your return to God. But heaven is crying out for you now. This is your moment to choose life. There are things that feel good but are killing your spirit. There are connections that look harmless but are pulling you away from your calling. There are habits you've made peace with that are weakening your armor. God is not trying to shame you. He is trying to heal you before the wound gets worse. He is trying to bring you back before you lose what you can never replace. You were never meant to fight this alone. You were never created to carry the weight of the world on your own. God is your refuge. He is your shield. He is the one who will cover you when the fire rises and the waves grow wild. He is the God who says, even though the waters roar and the mountains shake, I am in the midst of you, and you will not be moved. You will not fall, but only if you are found in Him. If you build your foundation on anything else, it will crumble. But if you let God become your hiding place, your source, your guide, you will stand through everything that is coming. And not only will you stand, but you will come out stronger. You will come out shining. You will come out with a testimony that hell could not stop you. The warning is not just for the sake of fear. It is an invitation to faith. God is giving you a way out. A way up. A way forward. He is telling you, if you stay with me, I will make a way in the wilderness. I will bring rivers into your desert. I will take what the enemy meant for evil and turn it into a victory. People are asking why money is suddenly flowing into random lives. A leaked CIA discovery reveals a 7-second brain ritual that quietly rewires your mind for wealth. Proven by 4 neuroscience labs, people are wiping out debt and stepping into luxury with ease. If you're seeing this, you're very lucky. Click the link in the description and comments before it disappears. You are not forgotten. You are not left behind. You are not unprotected. Heaven is watching over you. Angels are stationed around you. The Spirit of God is hovering near you. All of heaven is leaning in because something is shifting in your life. And God is not going to let you miss it. He is waking you up now, so you don't wake up later in regret. Comment 222 if you trust this word and receive this warning in your heart. This is not the end of your story. Even if the storm does come, even if the fire does rise, you will not be alone. God will walk through it with you. He will hold you when the nights get long. He will speak peace into the chaos. He will silence the voice of fear and cover you with songs of deliverance. But He needs your surrender. He needs your yes. He needs your heart to turn toward Him with nothing held back. Because what's coming cannot be stopped by strength or intelligence or money or charm. It can only be survived by the power of God. And that power is yours, if you will receive it. The confusion that's been swirling in your mind is starting to clear. The fear that has quietly crept into your heart is losing its grip. Because when God speaks, even the darkness has to be still. This is more than a warning. It is a turning point for your soul. God is saying again, it's an emergency. Not because He wants you to live in panic, but because time is precious. Because delay is dangerous. Because your life, your destiny, your purpose, your family, your peace, your calling, these things are not to be played with. What you do right now matters more than you know. The decisions you make in this very season can either open doors of divine protection or leave you exposed to pain you were never meant to carry. The tragedy God is warning about is not only physical. It is spiritual. It is emotional. It is relational. It is the kind of heartbreak that comes when you don't listen to His voice. When you drift too far from His covering. When you stay longer than you should in a place you were meant to walk away from. God does not speak like this without reason. He does not cry out to His children without urgency unless something is truly at stake. Some of you have been ignoring the whispers in your spirit for too long. You've felt Him calling you deeper. You've felt Him tugging on your heart. You've seen the red flags, the signs, the moments when everything around you screamed that something needs to change. But you told yourself, not now. You told yourself, I'll fix it later. But now God is saying, there is no more time to delay. The later you were waiting for is already knocking on your door. There are patterns that need to be broken. There are relationships that need to be surrendered. There are addictions that need to be laid at the feet of Jesus. Not tomorrow. Not when it feels more convenient. But now. Because the door is still open, but it will not remain open forever. The mercy of God is deep, but His warning is clear. When He says don't ignore this, He is trying to save you from a grief that would crush your spirit. This word is wrapping itself around your heart like a blanket because God doesn't want to lose you. He's seen how you've been trying to cope, how you've been hiding your pain behind a brave face. He's watched you struggle to keep it all together. And now He's stepping into your storm, speaking louder than your fears, because He wants you to know you're not alone. He is with you. Even now. Even in this. His arms are wide open, waiting for you to come close. Not to punish you, but to protect you. Because there are attacks that have been formed against you, but if you return to Him fully, they will not prosper. The enemy will try. But God will raise a standard. God will block it. God will confuse the plans of darkness and release angels on assignment to stand guard over your home, your mind, your body, your soul. This is the covering you need. This is the protection you cannot live without. The enemy is cunning, and he does not sleep. But your God neither sleeps nor slumbers. He watches you day and night. He whispers comfort into your midnight tears. He sings peace into your early morning anxiety. He places people in your life to speak life when all you feel is death. And right now, He is asking you to come under His wings again. The danger ahead is not greater than God. But it is greater than your own strength. That's why you must come back to your source. That's why you must humble yourself and ask Him to search your heart. Ask Him to remove what needs to be removed. Ask Him to prepare you for what's coming. Because preparation in the presence of God is what will protect you from the trap that has been waiting for your weakness. Comment 333 if you declare your faith in God's power to shield you right now. This is not just about your protection. It's about your purpose. The enemy is not just attacking you because of where you are. He is attacking you because of where you're going. Because of who you are becoming. Because of the anointing that is on your life. You have been chosen for something great. You carry light that hell cannot dim. And the attacks are confirmation that you are a threat to darkness. But God is saying, I have not brought you this far to let you fall now. I have not walked with you through fire and flood just to leave you exposed. I have not spoken promises over your life just to watch them die. But I need your agreement. I need your surrender. I need you to stop walking on the edge of obedience and plant your feet firmly on the path of righteousness. Why is everyone rushing to this 7-second brain ritual? Leaked CIA files exposed a hidden brainwave technique that opens the door to wealth fast. Verified by 4 top neuroscience labs, it's turning financial stress into abundance almost overnight. But this secret won't stay public for long. Click the link in the pinned comments before it's deleted forever. The time for lukewarm living is over. The time for quiet compromise is done. The season of pretending everything is fine when your spirit is bleeding, it must end now. Because the shaking that is coming will test every foundation. And if your house is not built on the rock, it will fall. But if you are anchored in Jesus, nothing can move you. He will hold you. He will keep you. He will go before you. He will stand behind you. He will surround you. But you must decide now whom you will serve. You must choose this day to say, Lord, I will not delay anymore. I will not ignore your voice. I will not wait until I have nothing left. I give you my heart now. I give you my whole life now. Because I believe you are my only safety. Your Father in heaven is not distant. He is near. So near that even now, as you take these words in, His Spirit is hovering over you. Watching. Waiting. Longing to wrap you in His love before the storm touches your door. He is your refuge. He is your shelter. He is your hiding place. And He is calling you now with a voice filled with urgency, with fire, with tenderness. You are still here because your story isn't over. You are still breathing because your life still has purpose. And God is not finished with you. But this is a critical moment. A holy interruption. A wake-up call to your soul. And if you listen, if you yield, if you open your hands and lift your eyes, you will see that even in the warning, there is mercy. Even in the shaking, there is safety. Even in the emergency, there is a rescue. And God is placing His hand upon your life with urgency because what's ahead cannot be faced without Him. This is not a time to drift or delay. This is the time to dig your roots deep in the presence of God, because what He is doing in you now will become the foundation that holds you when the winds start to blow. God is saying again, this is an emergency. You cannot treat this lightly. You cannot afford to sleep through this moment. The shaking that is coming may not always be visible on the outside, but it will touch hearts, minds, families, and futures. It will test your faith. It will challenge what you believe. It will expose what is real and what is empty. And unless your heart is anchored in Him, you will feel it in ways you never imagined. That's why He's warning you now, not to frighten you, but to prepare you. God prepares those He loves. He tells them in advance. He sends His word ahead of the storm so you can be covered before it arrives. This is not just a general word for the world. This is a personal word for you. You've been marked. You've been called. And because of that, you are under a specific kind of attack, and you need a specific kind of covering. God knows what has been forming in the dark to break your peace. He knows the weight you've been carrying, the silent thoughts you've been battling, the people you've been trusting who were never sent by Him. He knows the moments you wanted to give up, when you wanted to run, when you felt like nobody saw how hard this has been. And He's saying now, I saw it all, and I'm coming for you. I'm not letting you fall into the trap the enemy has set. I'm not letting you become another casualty of spiritual warfare. I'm rescuing you before you even knew how close the danger was. Some of you have been walking with a heaviness you couldn't explain. Waking up with anxiety, struggling with thoughts that seem to come out of nowhere, suddenly distant from God without knowing why. That's not random. That's a sign of the battle around your soul. But even in that struggle, God is near. He's not waiting for you to fix it. He's asking you to run to Him, to cry out before you collapse, to open your heart before you bleed out from wounds nobody can see. He sees the tears you hide from everyone else. He knows the questions you don't say out loud. He feels the pain you've been trying to ignore. And even now, His presence is wrapping around you, holding you, whispering, you are not alone in this. You were never alone. I have walked every step with you, and I am speaking now so you don't walk into what will break you beyond repair. Comment 555 right now if you know this word is reaching you in the perfect moment. There are some doors you've been thinking about opening, decisions you've been weighing, paths you've been drawn to, that look good on the outside but are covered in destruction on the inside. The enemy knows how to wrap poison in beautiful packages. He knows how to make the wrong thing feel right for a while. That's why God is speaking now. Because if you open the wrong door, you may lose years trying to recover. And God loves you too much to stay silent. He's been giving you signs. Restlessness. Red flags. That still small voice that says, this isn't for you. Those aren't coincidences. Those are divine warnings. And if you've been ignoring them, hear this clearly, God is shouting now, with mercy in His voice, stop. Turn around. Come back before it's too late. Because what you're flirting with may look harmless now, but it will not feel harmless when it explodes in your life. You cannot afford to gamble your future for a moment of comfort. You cannot afford to exchange peace for temporary pleasure. You cannot afford to silence the voice of God just to avoid conviction. Because conviction is not cruelty, it's protection. And when God speaks firmly, it's because He knows what's at stake. He's trying to save you from a pit that you don't even see yet. This is the time to fast. To pray. To return to the secret place. This is the time to let go of the things that have been numbing your spirit. The habits. The relationships. The compromises. You don't need them. What you need is the fire of God to burn in your heart again. You need to remember who you are. You need to come back to the God who never stopped waiting for you, even when you walked away 100 times. Is this the same CIA brain ritual changing lives in seconds? A new leak reveals a powerful 7-second technique developed under secret research. Backed by neuroscience, people are moving from debt to wealth and luxury faster than believed possible. But this secret may be deleted soon. Click the link in the comments before it disappears. You don't need to carry shame. You don't need to fix it all yourself. You just need to say, Lord, I'm coming back. I've heard your warning, and I will not wait for tragedy to remind me how much I need you. I will not wait for loss to teach me the value of surrender. I give you everything now, because I believe your word is true. You are being pulled back into the hands of your Creator. The one who formed you with intention. The one who called you before you were born. The one who protected you through nights that should have destroyed you. The one who has plans for your life that go beyond your pain, your past, your mistakes. You are still here because He still has more for you. And He is not letting go. This is not just a wake-up call. This is a holy moment. A chance to reroute your life before the enemy derails it. A chance to rise up before the weight pulls you under. A chance to walk in purpose before regret takes over. And that chance is now. Not later. Not tomorrow. Now. You are stronger than the lie that says you're too far gone. You are greater than the guilt that's been holding you hostage. You are more than the labels people have tried to put on you. You are chosen. Covered. Anointed. Called. And even when everything around you shakes, you will not fall if your feet are on the rock. You are not just hearing words, you are stepping into a moment where the Spirit of God is actively drawing you back into alignment with your true purpose. And as you keep listening, something deep within you is being stirred, a holy fire is being rekindled, and you are being set apart once again for the plans God never stopped writing over your life. This is not just about escaping tragedy. It's about realignment. This is a holy realignment of your soul with the will of God, because the storm that's coming is not just about what's happening around you, but what's happening inside of you. That inner war, the battle between giving in and holding on, between numbness and passion, between compromise and obedience, that is where the enemy has been targeting you most. And God is stepping into that exact place and declaring, enough. You've wandered, but you're not lost. You've stumbled, but you're not abandoned. You've grown tired, but you're not forgotten. This emergency is not just external. It is a spiritual condition that God is urgently trying to reach before it hardens beyond repair. Some of you have been so used to pushing through pain that you've learned how to function with a numb heart. You've learned how to smile while breaking. How to serve while bleeding. How to pretend everything is okay when inside you've been crying for something more. And now, God is gently but firmly shaking your soul and saying, you don't have to live like this anymore. There is a tenderness in His warning. A fire wrapped in love. He's not exposing your weakness to shame you. He's revealing it so He can heal it. Because if you keep moving forward while ignoring what's bleeding inside, you will eventually collapse. And the collapse will not be small. It will touch everything connected to you. That is why God is intervening now, to stop the breaking before it spreads. Comment 12:12 if you know God is calling you deeper right now, and you are ready to answer. The heaviness you've been feeling, that quiet weight you carry into every room, every conversation, every lonely night, it's not yours to hold anymore. God is reaching into that place right now. Not to give you another burden, but to take the ones you've been dragging behind you like chains. He sees how long you've been tired. He knows how hard it's been to keep believing. He knows how the silence from heaven sometimes made you question if he still sees you. But he sees you. Oh, he sees you. Every time you wanted to give up, every time you thought about disappearing, every time the pain felt louder than the promise, he was there, holding you through it. And now he is doing something more. He's calling you back to a place where you don't have to survive alone anymore. A place where your spirit can breathe again. A place where you remember what it feels like to be safe, even when life feels unsafe. The shaking that's coming isn't meant to destroy you, it's meant to expose what's been hidden too long. The cracks in your trust. The wounds in your faith. The habits that have dulled your hunger for God. He's allowing this shaking because he wants to rebuild you from the ground up. Stronger. Wiser. Rooted. And if you let him strip away what was never meant to stay, he will place something in you that cannot be shaken no matter what comes. There are places in your life where you've settled. Places where you've said, "This is just how it is now." But God didn't create you to live in survival mode. He created you for victory. For peace. For wholeness. And the emergency he's speaking of isn't just the tragedy waiting ahead, it's the silent tragedy of living beneath your calling, of letting fear become your comfort, of letting sin become your escape. He's not calling you out to punish you. He's calling you out to set you free. The enemy has been playing a long game. Whispering lies in moments of weakness. Distracting you when you were close to breakthrough. Making you question your worth. And God has seen it all. The spiritual fatigue. The quiet doubts. The pull to isolate. And he's stepping in right now with fire in his eyes and mercy in his voice, saying, "Enough. You belong to me. And I will not let this battle take you out." He's not asking you to be perfect. He's asking you to be real. To lay it all down, your pride, your fear, your disappointment, your past, your guilt, and say, "God, I need you more than anything else." That's where freedom begins. Not in trying harder, but in surrendering deeper. Do you know why people keep whispering about this 7-second CIA ritual? A leaked brainwave method is spreading quietly and changing financial realities worldwide. Proven by neuroscience, this simple ritual attracts money, freedom, and luxury. If you're seeing this, you're so lucky. Click the link in the comments before it's taken down. You may have lost time. You may have walked away. You may feel unworthy. But the cross of Jesus Christ has already made a way for your return. The blood still speaks. The grace still covers. The arms of your Father are still open. And if you step into them now, you will find healing, covering, and strength for what's ahead. This isn't just about you. The enemy knows if he can shake you, he can shake your home. Your children. Your marriage. Your ministry. But when you choose to stand in faith, to respond to the voice of God, you don't just protect yourself, you build a wall around everything connected to you. Your obedience is your covering. Your surrender is your weapon. Your prayers are a shield in the spirit that blocks arrows you don't even see. The tragedy ahead can be turned around if you move now. If you take God's hand. If you let go of what's been slowly destroying your peace. You don't need to know all the details. You just need to say yes. Because your yes today can cancel an attack tomorrow. Your obedience today can protect your family from harm. Your decision to listen to this warning can shift the entire course of your future. You are not helpless. You are not stuck. You are not too broken. You are loved by the Most High. And His love is not passive. It's powerful. It reaches into the deepest parts of you. It restores what trauma took. It heals what time didn't fix. It fights for you when you're too tired to lift your own hands. It surrounds you like a fire that keeps back every enemy that dares to come near your purpose. When God warns, it is never empty. When God says it's an emergency, it means the time to act is now, not later. Because what's at stake is your soul, your future, your peace, your family, and everything you've been trusting Him for. This isn't fear speaking. It's mercy. It's protection. It's the overwhelming, never-ending, all-seeing love of a Father who refuses to let you walk into the fire blind. He is not a God who lets His children suffer without sending a voice to wake them up. And right now, that voice is calling you out of your delay, out of your confusion, out of the numbness that's tried to settle in your spirit. It's calling you out of the trap that looks quiet on the outside but is raging underneath. There are things trying to come for your peace, slowly and silently. And if you don't let God in now, they will grow into storms that are harder to escape. But here's the beauty of His love, it always makes a way out before the damage becomes permanent. You still have time. But time is a gift, and when God highlights a moment like this, it means the window of protection is being opened specifically for you. If you miss it, the consequences won't just be felt in the natural, they'll reach into the spiritual places of your life. Comment 777 if you feel this is your confirmation to step back into God's hands without delay. There is no safer place than inside the will of God. But the will of God requires surrender. It requires letting go of the things you've made room for that are killing your spirit. God is not asking you to figure it all out on your own. He's asking you to come back to Him and lay it all at His feet. Your exhaustion. Your sin. Your guilt. Your doubts. Your broken pieces. Lay it all down. This warning is coming now because your spirit has been under quiet attack. Thoughts that don't come from God have been taking root. Lies that don't reflect His truth have been circling in your mind. And even though everything on the surface looks calm, the spiritual warfare has been intense. But God has seen it. He has heard the silent cries you don't speak out loud. And He has come to defend you. He has come to shield you. He has come to fight for you. You are not being called into more pressure. You are being called into more peace. The voice of God doesn't drive you into fear, it draws you into safety. But that safety is not automatic. You must come under His shelter willingly. The enemy has been watching for a crack in your protection. He knows that distraction is one of his most powerful weapons. And if he can't destroy you, he will keep you so busy, so worn down, so confused, that you no longer see the danger you're standing in. That's why God is pressing into your heart right now. That's why the urgency in his voice is so loud. Because he knows how close some of you are to decisions that will change everything. Decisions that seem small, but carry deep spiritual impact. And if you make them without prayer, without his guidance, without surrender, the consequences will be painful. But if you listen, if you lean in, if you obey, there will be protection, there will be clarity, and there will be peace that no storm can take away. The greatest tragedy is not just what happens to you. It's what happens in you when you drift too far from God. Your joy starts fading. Your hope grows weaker. Your faith becomes thin. And before long, you are surviving without ever feeling alive. But God didn't call you to live like that. You were made to walk in light. To carry his presence. To overflow with peace. To move through the fire and not be burned. But you can't do that apart from him. The emergency is not just about the enemy outside. It's about what's slipping away inside. Your hunger. Your fire. Your love for the presence of God. If you've noticed it growing colder, God is calling you back to the place where it all began. Back to the secret place. Back to your knees. Back to the Word. Back to the moments where all you wanted was him. Because it's in that place where the enemy loses his grip. Don't let the noise of life silence the voice of God. Don't let the weight of what you're carrying push you further into isolation. Don't believe the lie that says you can handle it all on your own. You weren't meant to carry what you're carrying. That's why it's been breaking you. That's why you've been tired. Because your soul is heavy from things it was never meant to bear. And now, God is saying, let me take it. Why was this 7-second brain ritual hidden for so long? A leaked CIA document exposed a technique so powerful people are canceling debt and calling in wealth within days. Validated by 4 neuroscience labs, it helps attract money like never before. But this page may not stay online for long. Click the link in the pinned comments before it disappears forever. Let me take the burden. Let me take the shame. Let me take the guilt. Let me take the fear. Because if you hold on to it, it will weigh you down right as the storm hits. But if you give it to me, I will carry you through it. Some of you have been trying to fight battles in your mind that only God can win. The worry. The anxiety. The tormenting thoughts. The regret. The enemy has been speaking lies over your life for too long. But this is the moment God speaks louder. This is the moment where the voice of truth begins to drown out the voice of the liar. You are not who your past says you are. You are not what the pain says you are. You are not what failure says you are. You are who God says you are. Redeemed. Protected. Covered. Chosen. Favored. And this moment is heaven pulling you back into the arms of the one who still sees you as worthy of being rescued. What's coming may be fierce, but you will not face it alone. The Lord goes before you. He stands behind you. He surrounds you with songs of deliverance. You don't need to fear the future if you are standing in His presence. But you must take the warning seriously. You must respond now. Because the cost of silence, the cost of delay, the cost of pride is too great. The weight of this word still sits heavy, and that's because the danger has not passed. But neither has the grace. And right now, you are sitting under a flow of divine mercy that was tailor-made for your exact situation. God says it again, it's an emergency. And this time, He is not only warning you. He is inviting you. He is reaching into the chaos and calling you into something greater than survival. He's not just trying to stop the tragedy. He's trying to birth transformation. Because there are things in you that have been lying dormant for too long. Gifts, strength, purpose. And those things only awaken when the Spirit of God speaks like this, clear, loud, undeniable. Some of you have been living under spiritual fatigue, and you didn't even realize it. You've been functioning on empty. Trying to pray but feeling nothing. Trying to worship but feeling numb. Trying to trust but quietly drowning in anxiety. And God, in His relentless compassion, is shaking the ground beneath your feet, not to make you fall, but to make you wake up. Because you were not created to stay stuck in this cycle of weariness and quiet defeat. He is breaking cycles in this very moment. The cycles of delay. The cycles of depression. The cycles of disappointment that have kept you questioning your worth. He's breaking them with this word. With this truth. With this voice that refuses to stay silent. You are not meant to live in survival mode. You are meant to live under the covering of a Father who never stops fighting for you. Comment 999 if you feel God breaking something off of your life right now and calling you into a higher place. Every time God sends a warning, it is because He is preparing something on the other side. And while the enemy is planning to shake your life, God is planning to strengthen it. But that strength is only possible through surrender. You cannot walk into the next season carrying the weight of this one. You cannot survive what's coming with half your heart still distracted. The time for divided loyalty is over. The time for hiding behind routine is over. God is asking for everything. Not because He wants to take something from you, but because He wants to pour something into you that cannot fit into a heart that's already full of compromise. You are not too far gone. You are not too messed up. You are not too late. That is the lie the enemy wants you to believe. But if that were true, God wouldn't be speaking to you right now with such urgency. He would have let you keep drifting. He would have gone silent. But instead, He's been chasing you down with word after word, moment after moment, breath after breath, saying, "Come home. Before it's too late. Come back to me. Let me heal what's hurting. Let me cover what's exposed. Let me restore what's been lost." There are some of you who have been hiding your pain behind strength. Smiling while you bleed. Leading while you're barely holding on. And God is saying, "I never asked you to carry it alone. I never asked you to be strong without me. It's okay to fall into my arms. It's okay to break down in my presence. It's okay to stop pretending. Because I am your Father, and I know how to take broken pieces and turn them into beauty." The shaking is coming not to destroy you, but to destroy the things that have been destroying you. The fake friendships. The inner fears. The compromises you've justified. The habits that started small but have now taken root. God is not letting those things stay hidden anymore. He is shining a light on them because He wants to heal you at the root, not just patch you up on the surface. And yes, it feels uncomfortable. But it is necessary. Because the person you're becoming cannot be built on what's broken. You've been crying out for change. You've been asking God to shift something in your life. But change cannot come without surrender. And surrender cannot come without truth. And the truth is, you've been giving pieces of your heart to the wrong places. Trusting in things that never deserved your trust. And God is gently, but urgently, pulling your hands off of what's been harming you, and saying, let go. I have something better. The better He has for you may not come instantly. It may not look like what you expected. But it will be real. It will last. It will fill the empty places. It will heal the places that hurt. It will strengthen what's been weak. But it starts with obedience. Not just listening, but acting. Not just crying, but turning. Not just hearing, but surrendering. Can 7 seconds really change your bank account? A CIA-funded study just leaked, revealing a brain ritual that flips lives from broke to blessed. 4 neuroscience labs confirm it activates powerful wealth brainwaves. People are stepping into dream homes and luxury lifestyles. But this breakthrough won't stay online for very long. Click the link in the comments before it's deleted. You've been protected more than you know. There were moments the enemy planned destruction, but it never reached you. Not because you were strong, but because God was covering you even when you didn't ask. Even when you didn't see it. But He will not force you to stay under that covering. You have to choose to stay. You have to choose to walk in obedience. You have to choose to close the doors that have been giving the enemy legal access to your peace. This is the moment to choose life. To choose freedom. To choose the narrow road that leads to wholeness. It won't always be easy, but it will always be worth it. Because there is no safety like the safety of being in God's will. There is no protection like the protection of walking in His truth. And there is no peace like the peace that comes from knowing you are fully surrendered to the one who holds your future. You are not here to simply exist. You are here to walk in divine purpose. You are here to carry light in dark places. You are here to speak life into dry bones. You are here to be a vessel of glory. But that starts with letting God tear down what's been keeping you bound. And build in you a heart that's ready, steady, and rooted in Him. The warning is still alive in the air, it's an emergency. That hasn't changed. Because there is still something in your life that needs to shift, something that cannot stay the same. There's something in you that heaven is urgently trying to reach and realign before it slips too far. You've heard these words again and again because God wants you to understand this isn't just a moment, it's a rescue mission. This is a divine interception. God saw what was coming for you, and He stepped in with this word before it arrived. There is something you've been tolerating that has been weakening you. Something you've convinced yourself isn't dangerous, but it's been draining your soul day by day. It could be a relationship. It could be a habit. It could be a mindset. Whatever it is, God is saying, don't justify it anymore. Don't keep saying it's not that bad. Don't keep putting off what you know you need to let go of. Because every delay gives the enemy more ground. Every compromise opens one more door. Every excuse leads you further from the voice of your Father.